Greetings and salutations to one and all. Welcome to the end of the night shift week. At night we do a thing we call Real Talk, also known as Marlon's favorite night shift show. How you doing, each and every one? Welcome. Wanna say big ups to all those locked in right now, from near and from far. Those on the affiliate stations, big ups to you. PEMGTV.com, Reggae Global Radio. For those that know how to roll the R's. I want to say big ups to all those who are locked in on TuneIn Radio, the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. And of course, right here at the home of the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew, kevinstew.com. Welcome. So glad to have you. I couldn't do it without you. And you have my word, I wouldn't even try.
Don't blame it.
Don't blame me for anything that happens tonight. Or any other night for that matter. Blame the soca. Yep. This is King Bubba FM. Working out with Lil Rick. What's it called? Just that.
Don't blame it on me. That is not my fault. Don't blame it on me. When you see me with me bottle inside me hand and the liquor bust up in me head, and I all walk down when the people ground like I just can't behave myself, Lord. Tell them don't judge me, don't think that around me. I'm not being disorderly. It's the soca in my main line, and everything that I do is she riding up on it, Lord. I can do anything and keep your company, Lord. Anything that I call is sick, and I up in the club with a big bumper chick. Soca made me do it. If I drink too much, tryna get real drunk, know it. Soca made me do it. If I beat for wine on a gal behind, know it. Soca made me do it. If I get it on bad, I don't give a walk, cause it's soca made me do it. Mashing up every carnival around the world, know it. Soca made me do it. Don't blame it on me. That is not my fault. Don't blame it on me. It is not my fault. When I all done bandy from, don't blame me at all. If I drink up all the rum, tell them it is not my fault. When I all done bandy from, don't blame me at all. If I drink up all the rum, if I drink too much, tryna get real drunk, know it. Soca made me do it. If I beat for wine on a gal behind, know it. Soca made me do it. If I get it on bad, I don't give a walk, cause it's soca made me do it. Washing up every carnival around the world, know it. Soca made me do it. Don't blame it on me. That is not my fault. Don't blame it on me.
I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to Pulse Media Group for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast.
The roof is on fire. Soca all day. If I drink too much, tryna get real drunk, know it. Soca made me do it. If I beat for wine on a gal behind, know it. Soca made me do it. If I get it on bad, I don't give a walk, cause it's soca made me do it. Washing up every carnival.
Pulse Media Group, when being in a moment is priceless. Give them a link.
If I drink too much, tryna get real drunk, know it. Soca made me do it. If I beat,
They can take care of your innovative streaming and recording solutions.
if I get it on bad, I don't give a walk, cause it's soca made me do it.
You have a website that you want to create, you have a website already that you want somewhere to host it.
Soca made me do it.
You can go ahead and give them a link.
Soca made me do it. Soca made me do it.
That's pulseemg.com.
Soca made me do it.
Or you can call them at 754-999-6020. Tell them DJ Kevin Stew sent you.
Do it. Soca made me do it. Soca made me do it. Soca made me do it.
So, when you have something that you get to the point where you say, you know, it is because of, So now you're playing the blame game. You're saying that it is because of this why that happened. When it gets to the point of, and we started talking about this last night, with looking at pain management, and once again, I want to say thank you to Althea and Jonah Marie for sharing their stories of pain management. You know, having that real pain that they have had to endure for an extended period of time. Because it's not just no. To have a year of pain is to have a lot of pain. So you don't even want to have a year of pain, let alone to go into 4 or 5 years. And one of the things that we had learned last night is you have acute and you have chronic when it comes to pain. You have acute pain, which is typically centralized. You have an idea, or you know exactly where that pain is, and that is where it is. And then you have chronic pain, which it is really all over. Now, I can tell you, like I started saying last night, I have this pain in my ear, had this pain in my ear that made me unable to do 2 of my 3 broadcasts last week. Yeah, so I knew exactly where it was. So that would be considered acute. But I can tell you this. There was nothing cute about the pain, and there was nothing cute about me experiencing that pain. No shame in my game. No water in my mouth. I'm not hiding anything. At one point, I was about to bawl like a baby because of the pain. And I had no chronics. Get it? Yeah, I had no chronic to help alleviate the pain. So it was neither cute nor did I have any chronic to go with it, to help me out. So I endured, and I did succumb to the painkillers, the pharmaceuticals. I'm talking about the real heavy stuff. Now, what I didn't mention last night is I made sure to invest in a bottle of cranberry juice to flush my liver. Because whenever you're taking these painkillers, you need to be mindful of that. So take that into consideration, flush it out your system. When you've gotten the relief that you've taken it for, get it out your system. It's not healthy love night, it's real talk. And you know that is a part of the real talk. Because you get those drugs in your system and you're talking about liver damage and goodness knows what else coming down the line. Alright, so I want to say greetings to those who are checking in on Facebook Live. Remember, it's only temporary. Use up the link in the description and jump on over to kevinstew.com where you get the whole broadcast. Lanford, big ups to you, big ups. Now, we're talking about pain management, and as you can see on the title down there, it hurts to death. When I was going through this pain, I realized something. There wasn't anything much that I could do to alleviate the pain. So, where exactly did that leave me? That left me with the thought, what about the people who go through this kind of thing all the time? What about those people who are mourning right now because they had a family member who was experiencing so much pain and could not find any relief to the point where they took their own life? I'll tell you this. Feeling that pain made me realize why it would be why some people would actually take their own life. Because it was excruciating. And what that also did, listening to Althea and Joanna last night, it made me appreciate that much more what it was that they went through, what they are going through. And it shows me even more how strong these women are. Now, I am by no stretch of the imagination a man of their strength. Nope. I don't know if I could do it. Mind you, I'm not experiencing that. That is not my story. But what I did experience last week, nah, I was ready to check out. At one point I was like, hey, you ready for me? Come get me now. I'm ready. Take me out of this pain. I was looking to the heavens and saying, hey, take me now. Now, I wasn't going to help myself along the way. No, that's not what I was saying at all. But I am saying I can see from that experience, and some people might say, you know what, that's not even enough of an experience to say you can understand. Listen, is it because you weren't feeling my pain? I was the only one feeling my pain, and your threshold for pain might be a whole lot greater than mine? I don't know. Based on what I was feeling, based on the experience that I was having, I was ready to check out. Take me away from this. Now, I went and, of course, did a little research into what would make someone going through pain, acute or chronic, what would make them want to commit suicide? What would make them want to check out? Hey, cuz, how you doing? And I came across a few articles, and I'll bring you some of the information from Psychology Today. And this is not new information by any stretch of the imagination. This is 5-year-old information. There was a grim report about rising suicide and overall death rates among white middle-aged Americans. And in that report, there was a silver lining. The new analysis by two Princeton, well, at the time, new. This was, November 2015? So the analysis by two Princeton economists, Ann Case and Angus Deaton, suggests that chronic pain and the opioids used to treat it may be a keen driver in the rising deaths. Now, while the noisy opioid epidemic has garnered nearly daily headlines across the country for several years, the equally horrible but silent epidemic of chronic pain has not yet broken through into the nation's consciousness. Maybe, just maybe, things are starting to change. If they had started to change, really and truly, I can't say. What I will say, however, is it's important that we recognize that this suicide via opioids is real. But there's a reason why people started taking opioids. And I did a whole broadcast on opioids. Some of you might remember it, some of you might not. Just go into my archives and search for it. You'll find it. Just go to kevinstew.com, scroll down to the bottom of the page. The video archives are there. There are no hard data on how many people with chronic pain die by suicide every year. But there are inferences. The suicide rate among people with chronic pain is known to be roughly twice that for people without chronic pain. And like I was saying earlier, with the pain I was feeling, I can understand why people would want to check out. And I wasn't having the pain for that long. I'm talking about, 3 days? It felt like eternity. So can you imagine someone who is experiencing pain every day for the past 5 years? Yeah, think about that. Think about the pain that you're feeling right now. And if you're not feeling pain, go ahead and think about that time when you stubbed your toe on the bedpost, or on the foot of the bed, or you hit your shin on a wall, on a bicycle pedal. And think about that pain. And think about it constant. And think about the fact that there's nothing that you could take to alleviate that pain. Now, can you at least vaguely fathom the reason why someone would want to check out because of pain? Since there are 41,000 suicides every year, roughly, in the United States, according to the National Center for Health Statistics, it's possible that many of these suicides are driven by pain. It's not proven, but it's possible. This would suggest that perhaps as many as 20,000 or more Americans a year with chronic painkillers, with chronic pain, they actually kill themselves, which would be more than the government's tally of round about 16,200 from prescription opioids every year. Because they should recognize the connection, right? Should. But that was information as according to a CDC spokesperson. Psychology Today continues and says in 2013, there were 8,257 deaths that involved heroin and 16,235 deaths that involved prescription opioids. These categories are not mutually exclusive. If a decedent had both a prescription opioid as well as heroin listed on their death certificate, the death is counted in both the heroin as well as the prescription opioid death categories. So you get a 2-for-1, basically. Yeah, 644, that's kind of high. But this is also old information. Can you imagine what it is now? Can you imagine what it is now in COVID times? So not only are you suffering from the pain that you're feeling in your body, but that psychological pain, that emotional stress, that emotional pain. You know, you lost a loved one, or the thought of losing a loved one, or losing your job, or something. These things cause, here's one, your investment tanked. Yeah. How many people have jumped through high-rise windows off bridges because their investments went bottom up? The truth is devilishly difficult to figure out with any certainty. Many people in service, um, many people in severe chronic pain have and should have opioids that are available to them. But unless they leave a suicide note, it is virtually impossible to tell if they overdosed or if the overdose was on purpose or it was accidental. And that's in stark contrast to a pain patient who ends his or her life using a gun. That, without a doubt, is suicide. I mean, you don't really need a note for that one. Unless it is done using, if you're right-handed, using your left hand. And then you might have some questions around that. It could be argued that because of the pain that you're feeling in your right hand, you choose your left hand to take care of matters. I don't know. Only person that can tell you is the person that would have checked out. But it's real. In the course of research on chronic pain, this writer says, I heard many grisly stories. One Salt Lake City truck driver I interviewed would be dead today if his wife hadn't walked in on him with a gun in his mouth. He had been in severe headache pain and after many visits to the ER was repeatedly dismissed as a drug seeker, even without a medical workup. Eventually, he was diagnosed with 2 brain aneurysms, bulging weak spots in a blood vessel. 2, not 1, 2. Can you imagine the pain this man was experiencing? Again, consider that pain of stubbing your toe on the foot of the bed or the foot of the chair, or hitting your shin, or locking your finger in the door, hitting your thumb with a hammer. Think of all of these things. I'm pretty sure everyone has experienced at least one of them. Consider that ongoing. Painkillers and all, ongoing. How would you want to live? Better question. Would you want to live? So you can understand when you think of something like that, why someone would want to commit suicide. And again, for those of you just joining in, welcome. But I could empathize with those who have considered suicide because of pain, with just my experience from this ear infection. It was ridiculous. And when I say ridiculous, I mean ridiculously painful. If you know a story or you would like to share one, you can call, you can text 773-789-STEW, 773-789-7839. The number is scrolling right there at the bottom of the page. For those of you watching on kevinstew.com, for those of you listening in, I'll repeat the number to you once more. 773-789-7839. You can call, you can text, you can WhatsApp, you can that's about all you can do with the phone number, right? But if you're overseas and you want to chime in and you can't get on the websites to jump into the stew pot, you can Skype Kevin.stew. The stew pot, for those of you wondering, is what others call a chat room. But because we're fancy over here, it's a stew pot. So just go to kevinstew.com. You don't have to register for anything. You don't have to sign up anything. Boom, you're there. And you are anonymous. If you want to change your name, fine, change it. I have no problem with that. But it is a judgment-free zone. Nobody's going to be pointing fingers, laughing at your statements, unless you actually made a funny one. But, we do encourage the feedback. So share with us. Because at the end of the day, we'll only grow from it. The writer also goes on, and it is, her name is Judy Foreman. She did this article for Psychology Today in November of 2015. And she said, I also heard about a surgeon with shingles who could find no relief for his pain and took a scalpel to his back in an attempt to dig out the pain nerves. Again, a surgeon has shingles. He could not find any relief. This man took a scalpel and started digging into his back, trying to remove the nerves that was causing the pain. Last night I had asked the question to Joanna, which do you prefer, feeling pain or not feeling pain? And she said, give me the pain. Clearly, this surgeon was not sharing that sentiment. This man wound up in his own emergency room as a patient. There's another story of a man with ophthalmic shingles who, at the end of the day, shot himself because he could not find any relief from his pain. A Boston surgeon was on the verge of suicide due to unrelenting pain from a rare autoimmune disease. But people see other people feeling pain and think, hey, listen, suck it up, man. Tough up. What kind of baby are you? Well, my answer to that question is, I'm the kind of baby that don't want to feel this pain. No, I don't. And if you know someone that is willing to sit down in pain just over and over and over every day, you tell me who they are. I'd love to talk to them, to hear what they have to say about it, because I don't want it. And I don't know anybody who would. The anecdotes go on. And unfortunately, from a statistical point of view, they're just anecdotes. And unlike opioid abuse deaths, the stories of these and other pain patients rarely make the headlines. This is nothing new. But not only that, they don't make the headlines. These cases routinely make it into the reports of medical examiners and coroners, according to Utah pain specialist Dr. Lynn Webster, writing in an article of Pain Medicine News. When people are having these painful episodes and others are insensitive to their struggle, they have no clue what kind of danger they're putting the person who is experiencing this pain. they have no clue what kind of danger they're putting that person in. And it's a real danger. Because what is going to happen at the end of the day is somebody is going to say, you know what? Enough of this. I am done. I cannot take any more. Tell my family I love them. And that's it. They're gone. Just like that. So, if you know someone going through some serious pain, I want you to just stop for a moment and think about what it is that they're going through. It could be an adult, it could be a child, it doesn't matter. Man, woman, doesn't matter. That pain that that person is going through might be the last thing that they experience. And that statement that I just made is really a general statement when it comes to pain, because it could be the physical pain and it could be the emotional pain. Majority of the focus tonight will be on the physical pain, and people kind of expect that someone will want to end it all over a heartbreak, emotional pain. But that physical pain, yeah, people check out for that too. We're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna talk some more. It's real talk, and we're looking at how people react to pain sometimes to the point of suicide. Call a friend, tell a friend. It's real talk right here at the end of the night shift week on the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. We'll be right back.
Pulse Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. Can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulse Media Group.
Imagine having our own Caribbean Center.
Imagine a museum highlighting our history and the contributions of Caribbean people to the world.
Imagine being able to visit and learn about the islands we call home.
In a place where our kids can see and feel their cultural heritage. You can make this vision come to life.
Help us create this first-of-its-kind space
that all Caribbean people can be proud of. Your contribution to Island Space Caribbean Museum will help this dream come true.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe and donate today.
It takes an entire village to raise a child. Hello, I'm Paul Campbell, here to talk about Palace. Peace and Love Academic Scholarship. This non-profit group supports students facing serious obstacles from entering or continuing their studies, not because the grades are failing, but due to the lack of financial support.
Over the past 8 years, Palace has awarded 600 scholarships valued at approximately 50.3 million Jamaican dollars, or 415,000 US dollars.
Together, we must build a better future for our children. Please visit www.palace1.org and make your donation to brighten the future of a deserving child. Palace, preserving young minds for posterity.
Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind, and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com, your links to worship and praise.
Hey yo, this is Carman to let you know that right about now you are logged on to DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift. Don't move.
Of course, it will get better. Stay the course. Don't give up. Pray upon it, pray upon it. Don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit, cannot play with it. Don't give up. Pray upon it, pray upon it. Don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit, cannot play with it. Don't give up. You gotta know some talent. You never borrow it, no money spent. Can't get you out, tell them don't even try. And then better go repent. Live your life as it was ordained. It will be sometimes not, but most times rain. Easier said than done when you're the one who is feeling the pain. So you have to pray upon it, pray upon it. Don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit, cannot play with it. Don't give up. I am begging you to stay upon it, pray upon it. Don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit, cannot play with it. Don't give up. And keep throwing the towel or feeling blue. 'Cause one day you're gonna end up be the victor too. Just be brave, my sisters, my brothers, I'm talking to you. Your reward will be great if to yourself you'll only be true. But you must be pray upon it, pray upon it. Don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit, cannot play with it. Don't give up. And you must be pray upon it, pray upon it. Don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit, cannot play with it. Don't give up. Shoop, shoop, shooby-dooby-doo. The wagon is and we won't come follow you. Give thanks for everything. Success and favor your hard work will bring. Yay. Shoop, shoop, shooby-dooby-day. Everything up we run out of your way. It's now time to win. Tear them blocks down, now back down, 'cause every time I'm them. Pray upon it, pray upon it. Don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit, cannot play with it. Don't give up. Pray upon it, pray upon it. Don't you ever walk away.
The sound of the Twiggerific one.
Don't you quit, cannot play.
This is Twiggy.
Give up.
It's called Don't Give Up.
Will bring day. Shoop, shoop, shooby-dooby-day. Everything up we run out of your way.
Want to say thank you to Althea and her Healing Heavenly Hands for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast. Talk about pain management. Althea is a licensed massage therapist that comes to you, operating out of Broad County, North Miami-Dade and South Palm Beach counties. She comes to you COVID-free and she'd like to leave that way. So if you have the virus, don't call her. Mr. 45, don't call her. Everybody else, 954-655-9000 gets you in touch, or you can email her at thealater@att.net. That's THEALATER at att.net. Thank you much, Miss Althea.
Play with it, don't give up. Stay upon it, pray upon it. Don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit,
the sound of the Twiggerific one. Veteran in the reggae music business, Twiggy.
Don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit.
The track is called Don't Give Up. And in these times of chronic pains and early checking out, you know, you encourage someone to not give up, because it's at that point where they're going to say, hey, you know what, I'm done. You know what, bump that. This pain is too much. I've had all that I can take. I can bear this no more. I'm done. The problem is not very often that there's a note that goes with someone saying that. They just check out. They put a gun to the head. They OD on some drugs. They step in front of a moving train, a speeding train. They do something just to end it so they can feel no more pain. A comment in the stew pot: don't judge until you've walked a mile or a few steps in someone else's shoes. I saw someone very close to me suffering pain, and I was unable to offer any relief. That hurts me. All I could do was just empathize. I know he was in excruciating pain, because I've never seen him like that, close to tears. I know he wasn't faking or overreacting. He was just in pain. I didn't know what to do. So you are looking on and seeing this person in pain, not knowing what to do. Can you imagine the person himself? You are looking and can't do anything. They're experiencing it and can't do anything. Althea spoke last night about feeling pain from rheumatoid arthritis, as well as osteoarthritis. And I don't know what that pain feels like. I can only imagine. Now, to get to the point of adulthood, having had this condition, I didn't ask when the pain started. Maybe I should have asked that question too. But it wasn't last week. Listening to Joanna talk about her muscle pains and the experience she had falling in the mall in 2017 and feeling these sharp shooting pains up her leg, in her arm. Well, 2017 was 3 years ago. I didn't even want to feel this pain for 3 days. Now you have someone experiencing this pain for 3 years. And you see them and you still see them with a smile. either they have become immune to pain, or they have lost a screw, or they just learned how to cope. Now, for me, that would be all of my screws gone. I would have done gone crazy because me and pain just don't go well together. So I try to avoid anything that could possibly cause me pain. But I still play sports. I haven't played any ball for the longest while. And I've been pain free. I don't know if I want to go back. I don't know. And I'm serious. After experiencing this pain, though, in my ear, what could it be any worse? I've never had a broken bone. Knock on wood. I hope to never have a broken bone. I pray I never have a broken bone. So I can only imagine what that pain feels like. I've had a sprain. I've had several sprains. But not a broken bone. I've had a hernia as a child, and that caused excruciating pain. But I don't think anything that I have experienced comes close to that which someone would experience where they'd want to just end their life. See, right there. So, because you can talk about arthritis pain, and the only words that you can find are, it really hurts. To me, that says you can't even find the words to describe it. I don't know what that feels like, and I can't find the words to help you. In the fall Princeton study, the lead author, Ann Case, was particularly interested in the role poor health might play in suicide. Because, as she told the New York Times, she herself has suffered for 12 years from disabling and untreatable lower back pain. In her research, Case discovered that middle-aged people, unlike the young and unlike the elderly, were reporting more pain in recent years than in the past. 1/3 of people in this group had chronic joint pain in recent years, and 1 in 7 reported sciatica. The dismal situation with chronic pain, and it is quite dismal, and it has a potential link to suicide also, but this link is unlikely to improve until the federal government takes the pain epidemic seriously. And that's the other thing. I don't think the powers that be really take this thing seriously. And when I look at the powers that be, a number of them up in age, so they should be experiencing some kind of pain on a regular basis, but I guess they have better health care available to them than me, the average Joe. But Judy goes on to say it's unlikely to improve until the federal government takes the pain epidemic seriously. While the government spends $2,562 on research for every person with HIV/AIDS, and now that probably has moved on to something else, like now in COVID times, I don't know how much they're spending. The government only spends round about $4. Again, $4. 1, 2, 3, 4. $4. Not 400, not 4,000, not 400,000. About $4 on every person with pain. Now, one thing that really bothers me with that bit of information is if the government is spending $4 on every person with pain, what's the deal with these prescription painkillers? Why is it that you have so many people committing suicide from experiencing pain? Chronic pain really needs more attention. It needs more research dollars. Now, I don't know how many people are looking at these people running for office in this upcoming election. Has any of them mentioned anything about looking into the research relating to chronic pain? How many have you heard talking about that? Or do we only hear them talking about the things that are mentioned in the news? The COVID cases, the police shootings. How many of them talking about the other things like this? Chronic pain. And I don't care which country in the world that you're in. Sharon, do you hear any of the politicians, or did you hear any of the politicians in Jamaica talking about addressing chronic pain? Because it happens in Jamaica too. Is there any politician in any of the countries that do not have social health care? Because in those countries where healthcare is not a money-making venture, as it is in the United States, people are in better health. And there's less chance of the number of suicides by way of opioids, I suspect, because they have a better healthcare system. But any politician anywhere talking about looking into pain management for their constituents, I don't know of any. WebMD says more than 54% of suicide victims with chronic pain died of gun-related injuries and 16% by opioid overdose. Among suicide victims with chronic pain for whom toxicology results were available, opioids were much more likely to be present at the time of death than in those without pain. A study was published on September 10 of 2018 in the Annals of Internal Medicine. An accompanying editorial suggested the picture is more complicated than it first appears. These results argue for a more nuanced view of the role of opioids in suicide among persons with pain. And this is what editorial author Mark Ilgen had to say. He is with the University of Michigan's Department of Psychiatry. The review of suicide notes provided by the researchers highlights that more than 2/3 of the suicide decedents with a pain condition mentioned their pain, as well as long-standing suffering from this pain. And they mentioned that as a direct contributor to the suicidal crisis. This observation highlights the need to improve pain treatment, not only for the direct effect on pain and functioning, but also as a method to raise hope in persons with chronic pain. The editorial noted that the role of opioids in suicide risk should be explored, and suicide prevention should be a component of care for those suffering from chronic pain. Listen. If there's one thing that is definitely true, an individual at their wits' end is just there. At their end. It doesn't take anything to push them over. So that individual who, for the last 8 weeks, has been going through and enduring that particular pain. And the pain, I guess, could be just about any kind of pain that is unable to be managed. If you can have a surgeon, an individual who you would consider to be of higher intelligence, taking a scalpel and trying to dig out the nerves in his back to alleviate the pain that he is experiencing from shingles. That thought scares me. You know why that thought scares me? Typically, people who suffer from shingles had measles. Not measles, chicken pox. I had chicken pox as a child. So, when I was in high school, actually, I'd go even a step further and to say when I was 15, I had chicken pox. I remember because that was the year I graduated. I stand a great chance of having shingles later on in my life. Is that something that I am going to have to look forward to? If so, I don't want it. So I really hope and pray that by the time, if that rolls around for me, by that time, the medical facilities and doctors, nurses, people involved in medicine all around would have a better idea of how to manage this pain thing, because I don't do very well with it. Call me wimpy, call me a baby, call me anything you want to call me. I don't care. Your words will not hurt me. However, that pain that I'm feeling from whatever is causing it, that hurts. And I know that pain is real. Your words are whatever. Now, when I can't get rid of that pain and I see no end in sight, that's a concern. Because like some of these people, I don't know if I am going to want to check out. I don't know if I'm going to want to do something stupid for somebody else to check me out. These things are real, and these are the things that that individuals who are suffering from chronic pain, these are the things that they have to deal with. So can you imagine that insensitive boss when that individual is experiencing pain and at work, and that boss goes, well, your numbers are down, you need to pick up your numbers before you can feel sick. That is how you hear people ending up on the news. Because now there's a bunch of statistics coming off of that one statement by that boss, that insensitive boss. And we know they exist. Yeah, I am giving a hypothetical situation, but the reality is those people exist. The ones who are experiencing the pain and the ones that are insensitive to it. So, how do we move forward? I guess that's the $1 million question, right? We're going to have to find a way, some way, somehow. Because, if nothing else, finding a way to manage pain is real. The fact that people commit suicide because they're experiencing pain, that is real. And the more aware and informed we can be, the more sympathetic and empathetic we can also be to those who are experiencing it. We're going to take another quick little break, and we'll come back, we talk just a little bit more and then get into some much needed musical therapy. We'll be right back after these messages.
A social distancing tip.
While the CDC urges you to avoid close contact, like hugging or shaking hands, there are other non-physical ways to say hello. Wave, wink, use sign language, salute, smile, give the peace sign, throw up an air high five, do jazz hands. Remember, stay a minimum of 6 feet or 2 arms length away from others, and stay home if you can. For more info, visit coronavirus.gov.
Let's all do our part, because we're all #AloneTogether. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulsemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
It's Christina representing for DJ Kevin. You see me, I say, I don't know the boss. You see me, I say, DJ Kevin Stew and the night shift radio show. Yo, it at the thing, turn up the thing loud. Wow, DJ Kevin Stew have the heart of a champion. Never underestimate, just choose him. The silver line behind the dark clouds. DJ Kevin Stew believing, and that's no doubt. Salute the night shift radio show, Christina. It's a hot it up. Loud.
EQ with a lovely day. EQ, another day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
when something without wanting, Lord, bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and all's alright with me. Oh, just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, a lovely day, a lovely day, a lovely day, a lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way, then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. When the day lies ahead of me,
Want to welcome you all back to the broadcast. This is the sound of EQ,
someone else instead of me,
that sibling quartet out of South Florida. Their rendition of Lovely Day. I want to say thank you to Reggae Global Entertainment for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast. Reggae Global Entertainment will act as your booking agents, take care of your tour management. They can handle your legal contracts, your copyrights, your publishing, your trademarks.
when someone else instead
They can take care of your musical productions, your marketing and promotions. They can do so much at Reggae Global Entertainment. Just give them a call. 954-998-8034 or check them out online, reggaeglobalentertainment.com. Reggae Global Entertainment is the home of Reggae Global Radio. That dynamic platform just taking over the world. Yeah, we look forward to that lovely day, no matter what is happening with us and around us. We look forward to that lovely day. Most of us do. You know, what actually happens when it hurts too much to live? You ever ask that question? Can it really be too painful to live one more moment with emptiness or depression and despair? For some people, suicide actually seems like the only way out. Unfortunately, it's more often than not. Not every person who contemplates killing themselves is truly interested in ending their time on earth. For many, suicidal thoughts are about escape. Musing about the idea of leaving the bonds that bind them to other people, responsibilities to burdens, or the despair of what they cannot change. If they could just escape it, maybe they'll still go on somehow. Not right now, but after a while. What they need right now is just to get away from it. And these suicidal thoughts and actions are also sometimes paired with strong impulses and low inhibitions. This can happen with drugs and alcohol, bipolar disorder, and any personality style that leans more towards that than consideration. It leans more towards action than consideration. Something has to be done. When a depressed or desperate mood gets legs, a person could be in real physical danger. That means when it gets going. And there are some functional examples. But you can see how impulse plus mood problems can lead to suicide. A person in despair over a broken relationship sits on a train track where the train traffic is regular. They've had several beers and feeling everything, sorry, and are feeling everything strongly. They're going to wait for that train. A person with rapidly shifting moods has had a lot of problems lately. They are driving in the car and they're thinking about what would happen if they slammed into a wall or a tree. A person who's had trouble in the public eye and a history of depression and drug use, they become sick and the daily emotional roller coaster, grab their gun, load up a few bullets, or just one. It only takes one. That's real. Many people each day are walking around with enormous amounts of emotional pain. Living is difficult. They've lost loved ones. The future looks dim. They feel like they're backed into a corner. But not everyone contemplates suicide. Some hold very strong religious beliefs that prevent them from taking any such action. Others, they hold an important value on life in general and can tell themselves that there has to be another way. Sadly, many people do not have very scary thoughts about ending their life. Some come very close to the brink of action before pulling back. Others only have fleeting thoughts. The invasion of depression into a person's mind can make difficult things seem so much more than just difficult. They feel impossible. They see no reason to live after their spouse has died. No way out of financial troubles they might be in. There's no more purpose for them after their serious injury or illness. There's no way to take the pain away. This black and white thinking can trap a person into a narrow chute, seeing their demise as the only reasonable choice, the only reasonable way out. And it's not like saying pain isn't real. The pain isn't intense. It's the thought process and judgment that balances emotion and depression, thinking that all that just did not in alignment. And this is real. The pain that the individual is experiencing, whether it be emotional or physical, that's real. And we need to be mindful of that reality. We need to pay closer attention, because that individual going through those things, that individual feeling that pain. You talk to me today and I'm in pain. You talk to me tomorrow and I'm in pain. You come back next month and I'm in that same pain. Now we need to be talking about mindset after that. That how are you question at that point now goes a step further. That how are you question becomes how are you really? What is your mindset like? What are you thinking at this point? Because if you just leave it at how are you and walk away, that could be just it for that person. Again, the few days of this pain that I experienced, and it wasn't like it was this, well, yeah, it was pretty constant. But that on a scale of 0 to 10, the pain being 11, that wasn't happening every day. Well, every hour of every day. I did experience it every day for like 3 days. But it wasn't all through every day over those 3 days. When it gets to that point, people really need to be mindful of who their friends are, who their loved ones are, and be keen on their actions. We don't really pay that much attention to each other like that. And maybe it's never too late to start. I was gonna say maybe we need to start, but no, it's never too late to start. We can start right now paying closer attention to that friend that we've had for the past 20 years and what they're going through. Because every moment after this one is a new moment. And if you can be present in that new moment and experience the things that are happening then and react to those, we can change things. Believe it or not. So it's just a thought to bear in mind. People have been ending their lives because they're in pain. And that pain is real pain. It might be what you consider to be something trivial, but you're not the one experiencing it. You're not feeling it. In response to my question earlier about the politicians, there's a comment in the stew, but none of these politicians. Big Pharma supports a lot of the politicians, so why would they go against their bread and butter? You know what? Logically speaking, you're right. Why would they go against their bread and butter? Maybe because they have a moral obligation. But I guess you have to see if they recognize what being moral is. Don't think that these concerns are not real. Don't ask how someone is doing if you don't really want to know. Listen to what they have to say when you ask. You know what, 644? People have asked that question in passing for so long that the individual asking the question doesn't stop to answer, and the person that was asked the question doesn't really stop to give a valid response, an honest response. Just give a response, an expected response. But the moment they actually stop and give a valid response, a real response, I'm pretty sure the person that they're responding to will miss it, or one of two things are going to happen. They're going to miss it completely, or it's going to hit them like a ton of bricks and stop them dead in their tracks. And they'll probably end up asking the question again, or asking the person to repeat. Because we don't really talk to each other. We don't. But at the end of the day, we need to remember, we really, really, really need each other.
Yeah.
This is Paul Anthony working out with Maurice Gregory.
Let you know you're still on my mind.
It's called When You Need Me.
And sometimes I just go through my own things, you know, and I get busy with it. Don't take it personal. Just listen.
When you need me, I'll be there for you. Even if you don't talk all the while, I'll still care for you. When you need me, I'll be always here. Even when I don't.
You know, 644, hold on guys, hold on a second. 644, that's a very true statement right there. We talk at each other, not to, or, well, I'd even take it a step further, not with each other.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Just wanna let you know you're still on my mind. And sometimes I just go through my own things, you know, and I get busy with it. Don't take it personal. Just listen.
When you need me, I'll be there for you. Even if you don't talk all the while, I'll still care for you. When you need me, I'll be always here. Even when I don't pick up the phone, it don't mean I don't care.
It's just somehow I'm always busy. It's hard to get a life when you have to make a living. I know I got some family and friends out there whom in a link with our chat to in months and years. Yeah, it no fear, it I swear. But if I say I love you, that means I still care. Trust me, sometimes I gotta walk alone, but I'll be back home real soon.
When you need me, I'll be there for you. Even if you don't talk all the while, I'll still care for you. When you need me, I'll be always here. Even when I don't pick up the phone, it don't mean I don't care.
Well, I'm not the best at reaching out and keeping in touch, but I promise to try to do better. Cause if I lose you tomorrow, my friend, I would wish we could spend more time together. Yeah, my only regret, make more time for the people I can't forget. Before they're just a memory, I forgive thanks for the love that you're giving me, and push right through the anxiety.
When you need me, I'll be there for you. Even if you don't talk all the while, I'll still care for you. When you need me, I'll be always here. Even when I don't pick up the phone, it don't mean I don't care. It's been a long time since I've seen you, yeah, but still you on my mind. Oh,
miss you, know.
Such a long time since you lost out, but the love doesn't decline. I'm here for you when all is lost. So say the word when you need me. I'll be there for you. Even if you don't talk all the while, I'll still care for you. When you need me, I'll be always here. Even when I don't pick up the phone, don't mean I don't care. When you need me, I'll be there for you. Even if you don't talk all the while, I'll still care for you. When you need me, I'll be always here. Even when I don't pick up the phone, it don't mean I don't care. It's up to you.
can stop this at any time. It's up to you, up to you. I your body and I your mind. Alright, so no get distracted with the tricks in my send and the vibes in my bring. When it's all said and done, you in charge, not him. This another life, you pro you a live. Listen this. Another night under stress. Him stink from the liquor and the goddamn cess. Your mind want sleep, but him well want sex. Plus your body in a pain from the licks where you get. But you're afraid cause you know how him flex. If you no let off him, we beat you to death. So you decide alright, then you go spread your legs. But you're still nervous, no one make the wrong step. Hey, question yo, stop and check. You're not happy, so what kind of sense this make? I one place this I lead, don't I make the rest. So take me advice right now. It's up to you, up to you. You can stop this at any time. It's up to you, up to you. I your body and I your mind. Alright, so no get distracted with the tricks in my send and the vibes in my bring. When it's all said and done, you in charge, not him. This another life, you pro you a live. Easy this, rotted when you're in a public. You can't disagree or act outlandish. Cause you know him ladies more like him kid. If you no fall in line, you guarantee a fat lip. This and this part is this. No one knows cause you never talk it. Only put on a show like everything crisp. But you're dying inside and you're physically sick. My girl, yo, please answer this. What is your plans? What's your objective? If I love you, I seek mommy, this is not it. So take me advice right now. It's up to you, up to you.
This is the son of Caramanti.
Stop this at any time. It's up to you.
That's the title of the track right there. It's up to you.
Nobody under your mind.
From the album Hurt People.
Don't get distracted with the tricks in my send and the vibes in my bring. When it's all said and done, you in charge, not him. This another life, you pro you a live. Listen this, make we pray. God, me I beg you intervene right away. Only you know why this woman stay, and only you can convince her to get away. Another thing, me understand say she free, but the thing where she fear she a face every day. Me know say deep is her mental state. She no feel she enough, so she settle for the game. But oh God, please help me explain that anyone we hurt her, them already stain. And if she no feel, she recycle the pain. But attack me attack at the end of the day. It's up to you, up to you. You can stop this at any time. It's up to you, up to you. I your body and I your mind, 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 mind.
Smile like the stars that brightens up the night. Hand in my hand, hold me tight.
This is Tenille.
Eyes so deep.
Track called Man You're Beautiful.
Boy, you make me feel so damn delirious. Cause you're so beautiful, flaws and all. You make every obstacle seem so small. You bring joy and laughter, could we live happy ever after? What else can I say? Then man, you're beautiful. You make the sun come up on a rainy day. You're like the hurricane that blows my cares away.
is the sound of Lil Kirk.
Living in this crazy system, I'll never be a victim of this world and what it has to offer. Try to live your life.
The track is called Every Little Step.
Give praises every day and night. Never you hurt your brother. Oh, no. Always love your mother. Yeah. Treat her right and be good to your sister. Never you hate your father. Never commit thy neighbor. Never. Cause life can be so unfair. Come on, love the little children. Why do you pretend? Yeah. Every little step we take, every move that we make, there is something that try to get you back. Every little steps that we take, every move that we make. See, we're rising and rising to the top. Every little step that we take, every little move that we make, there is someone that try to hold you back. Every little step that we take, every little move that we make.
The sound of Kirk Davis, it's called Every Little Step.
Jungle when we will stumble to be strong, keep the faith and stay humble, doing what is right, fighting the good fight.
As we close out this night shift week, this is Musical Therapy.
Light shines so bright, never watch but mine.
I do want to encourage everyone to stick around. Coming up right after me on Reggae Global Radio is Shinehead and Papa Lotel. Sorry, Papa Lot. You have to learn to say that word right.
Every little step we take, every move that we make, there is always something trying to keep you back. Every little step we take, every move that we make. See, we're climbing and rising to the top. Every little step we take.
I want to say thanks to GMAT Music Solutions for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast, or Musical Therapy. GMAT Music Solutions provides sound, musical equipment, light and stage production services, musicians, singers, audio engineers, PA systems, and so much more. Give them a call, 754-307-GMAC, that's 754-307-4622, or hit them up on gmatmusicsolutions.com. Tell them you heard about them on the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew.
There is something that tries to keep you back. Every little step that we take, every move that we make. See, we're climbing and climbing to the ground. I'm so thankful, Lord, 'cause every little move, every I'm so thankful, Lord.
This is Miss Annette Brissett. It's called Love of Jah Abides.
All the pains that we've been going through, with all our friends we've had, and we once knew, to each his own, to every living one that you love. These are the days we're asking you for your blessings, Lord. The love of Jah abides forever. You know, for I enjoy. Come on, this love abides whenever I enjoy. In life, we know there's lots of little ups and downs. Many of them even want us to play around, as if we wear them up and you know what? Oh, but in this time, we've got to learn to chant it down. Open up your of a Jah come shining through. The love of Jah forever. In you and I forever. Enduring eye for eye was. Let it go now. The love of Jah forever. In you and I forever. Enduring eye for eye was. His love abide in you and I, in you and I. In this a little bit of life as we know, there's lots of little ups and downs. Many of them even want us to play around as if we were them up and them account. But in this your time, we've got to learn how to chant it down and open up your heart. Let the love of a Jah come shining through it. The love of Jah abides forever. In you and I forever. Enduring eye for eye. This love of Jah abides forever. And I am enduring eye for eye. Can you see it moment? Can you see it dream? Can you feel it? And then can you feel it? Can you feel it? Me, let's tingling.
Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. Sometimes I feel like my only friend.
This is the reggae man himself, Mr. Hal Anthony. It's called Under the Bridge. This is the sound of Ed Robinson.
And darling, the more you smile is the more you drive me wild.
It's called You Are So Special.
Yeah, I've already made my decision. I told the world that you are the one who's bound to have my heart. I won't ever stay apart from you. For too long, lady, you're special in oh so many ways. I just wanna say to you, baby, you're special. I can't find the words to say, so I just wanna say to you,
you're that special lady I've been searching so hard to find. You know they say nothing good comes easy, but I can safely say you came the right time. And I can truly say you are the one that I've been searching for. Though it took so long, I wanna change your last name to mine. In other words, be mine. The only thing that I can say this time, lady, you're special in oh so many ways. And I just wanna say to you, lady, you're special. I can't find the words to say, so I just wanna say to you that I can't wait to spend my life with you, girl, and keep you in my arms. All I know, you're that special someone, and with me you belong. That's why I can't wait to love you, baby, yeah. Lady, you're special, special in oh so many ways, so many ways. I just wanna say to you, you're special. Can't find words to say to you, baby. I just wanna say to you,
Baby, baby, don't you break my heart. I can't take another broken heart. Baby, baby, don't you break my heart. I can't take another
This is
broken
Miss Joanna Marie.
Said I gave you all my love.
The track is called Broken Heart.
Gave me nothing in return. So now I know it's hard. Sometimes things got to go the hard way before you learn. Love is just a game, too much more than a few. So when you're in love, be careful what you do. There's always something new you should have to find. Just because it feels good, that don't mean it's right. Baby, 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 don't you break my heart. I can't take another broken heart. Baby, baby, don't you break my heart. I can't take another broken heart. Love is something real. Love is something real. Love is something special that you can feel. Love is something strong. Love is something strong. True love is never ever really wrong. 'Cause when you found love, you found something that is true. You have found someone who will take good care of you. Not just into love for what you can get, but just giving your heart and having no regrets. Baby, baby, don't
can't wait.
10 minutes to go before I close out.
I need you now.
This is the sound of Hezron working out with IKEA. It's called Need You Now.
I need you now. I can't sleep, I'm wide awake. Constantly checking my phone for a message or a missed call. I try to tell myself all I needed was a cold shower. It didn't work. You're the only cure. Baby, take my pain away. Inside, I'm hurting. I need you now. Thoughts of you keep me wide awake. Tonight I need you beside me. I need you now. Baby, come right away. Oh, baby, come right away. Baby, come right away. Oh, baby, come right away. Baby girl, you are my only desire. You alone me need, I mean I need no other. Anytime we meet, magic and sparks fly. In the middle of the night, we create sunshine. Boy, you're always on my mind. Through sunny days, rainy nights. You're my baby, I'm your wife. Be with you till the end of time. Baby, take my pain away. Inside, I'm hurting. I need you now. Cause of you keep me wide awake. Tonight I need you beside me. I need you now. Baby, come right away. Oh, baby, come right away. Baby, come right away. Baby, come right away. I can't sleep, I'm wide awake. Constantly checking my phone for a message or a missed call. I try to tell myself all I needed was a cold shower. Oh, it didn't work. You're the only one. Inside, I'm hurting. I need you now. Cause of you keep me wide awake. Tonight I need you beside me. I need you now. Baby, take right away. I need you now. Cause of you. Tonight I need you. I can't wait any longer. My feeling goes stronger.
We're too hard to leave, baby, together. But I'll be waiting, just like the dawn.
This is the sound of Leah Stewart, daughter of legendary percussionist Willie Stewart. It's called I'll Be Right There.
I'll be right there. You can find me. I'll be right there. Just like a shadow, drifting across the dusk. I feel hollow, like the elephant without its tusk. If we only knew everything we're yearning for cannot be bought in an expensive store. We're too hard to meet. Maybe together as one. You may choose to leave.
to remind you all to look out for members of your community as you go through into the strong end. Your community is not just the development that you live in, but it spreads far and wide. People that you pass along the way as you go through your day, whether you walk, ride, or drive, you pass them on the bus, on the plane, on the boat, or the train. These are members of your community. Do something good for one of them today, because you never know who's going to do something good for you tomorrow. My name is DJ Kevin Stew, so I like to do it to you, for you, and with you every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 10 to midnight Eastern Time, right here at kevinstew.com and affiliates.
We're living for a reason. Faith is about believing. We're too hard to leave.
Remember, coming up shortly,
They be together as
Shinehead working out with DJ Papa Lot
you may choose to leave.
on Reggae Global Radio.
I'll be waiting, just like the dawn. When the mountains crumble down.
I'll be back here on Monday, all being well, if life is spared. Right after Real Rockers with Marlon. Big ups to the GM. Until then, you know where I'll be. I'll be right here, just holding the faith. This is how we're gonna bounce on out of here. This is Korik. It's called Give I Faith. Until later on, good morning, good afternoon, good day to you, wherever you are in the world, from right here in South Florida. Good night.
Listen to my prayer now. Tears them dread out the road, I run red, I don't know if me I gonna make it home. Road boys and police running wild in the streets, and it feels like a war zone. Imagine me work so hard, I can't let down my guard, cause robbers want to take my one. But goodness and mercy will guide and protect me, so me know so me not alone. But I need faith to go on. In all this you get the yarning, I need your strength to hold on. Cause on my own I'm just not strong enough. Give me faith to go on. In all this you get the yarning, I need your strength to hold on. Cause on my own I'm just not strong. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure. The hearts of men have grown desperately wicked, and them seek the taste of blood. No compassion for humanity. I'm wondering what they're made of. Jaja, something seriously wrong with your people. Them not seem to have no love. And I'm of that point of view that we need to turn to you to give us faith to go on. In this ya Gideon, I need your strength to hold on. Cause on my own I'm just not strong enough. Give us faith to go on. In this ya Gideon, I need your strength to hold on. Cause on my own I'm just not strong enough. But if you stand with us and help us to rise up, nothing can harm us, no, no. Cause we know that even in this time, with faith, courage, and a just cause, David will still beat Goliath. So we pray, and we wait. Oh, yeah. But in the meantime, we're calling on you. Hey, give us faith to go on. In our this Gideon, I need your strength to hold on. Cause on my own, I'm just not strong enough. Give my faith to go on.
just not strong enough. On my own, I'm just not strong.